Hello, I am Xarkun. This is World of Warships Legends. Today I've got a game for you on Sleeping Giant Domination Mode in the Tier 6 Russian battleship Sinop. Don't have a screenshot of the commander build, unfortunately, but it's the same Kedrov build that I pretty much use on all of the Russian battleships. And this is going to be another game that demonstrates a nice effort of pushing in a battleship. So you can see we are going to have support as we head toward the Charlie cap here. One of our destroyers is going for the center Bravo cap. We've got a cruiser with us though, and I think we have another battleship and two enemy destroyers heading toward Charlie. Scratch that. Looks like the cruiser is turning to support the destroyer going into Bravo, and we are going to be pushing into Charlie with, again, I think two friendly destroyers, a cruiser, and that battleship out there right in the distance. We're going to encounter heavy resistance as well, and I've said before that islands, when you're pushing in a battleship, especially a battleship that is good at slowly tightening the vise, like these Russian battleships are. You slowly approach the enemy, you get yourself close, your guns are wickedly accurate, they punch really hard, and you can get into nice kind of brawling situations with these Russian battleships. It's a different play style than the German brawling, I guess. These Russian battleships are a lot more accurate than the Germans at closer ranges, and their shells seem to have quite a bit more penetration. It's rather scary. And even at longer ranges, against a Tier 5, Warspite B, hit him for a Citadel there, and 18,000 damage right off the bat. Very good opening salvo. You can see that we have a lot of enemy ships here. So we are going to slow down. We've got at least two enemy destroyers. We've got some destroyer backup though. One of them's a Fubuki, the other one is a vacuum. So we do want to be careful of these guys. They can use these islands here in the cap circle to get the jump on us, but we can also use the islands to protect ourselves from their torpedoes. And the vacuum does take out one of the friendly destroyers with some torpedoes. He has expended at least two of his three torpedo salvos, so we can keep that in mind. Got a friendly cruiser there, and another friendly cruiser next to us. We're going to push into the cap circle now. We're going to put these islands between us and the majority of the enemies over there, and doing that is going to help keep us alive. And we're going to take the shots on the enemies that they allow us to have, while also keeping, a mind, or keeping the focus on protecting our ship. The vacuum is in kind of a suicidal position right now. He's pushed out a little bit too far. There are too many friendly ships around here for him to deal with, and the support that his teammates could provide is a little bit less effective than the support my teammates can provide to that friendly cruiser. You see we are making short work of the vacuum there. He is coming around, I think, trying to torpedo me. I'm sailing away from him. He doesn't get the chance to launch his torpedoes if he actually had them. Got that Dallas firing AP into my angled side, so probably not the most advisable move from him. He is scoring a little bit of penetration damage when his shells hit the superstructure, but it's nothing to worry about, and we are able to take him down there as we score a Citadel. Now, we are giving an unhealthy amount of broadside to these two Warspites out here, but they are otherwise occupied with our teammates. And you can see that together we have all, in this Charlie cap, pretty thoroughly manhandled this flank so far. The Warspites are still, of course, a threat, and there is still the matter of that enemy Fubuki, who did the correct thing and disengaged from this situation and is going to come back and try to be a thorn in my side. Now, however, though, there is only that Fubuki, and there are 3 enemy battleships out there that I can pretty effectively push into. One of those Warships is getting to be on low health. We don't have to go forward immediately right now. We can take shots from these guys at range, and we can do a fair bit of damage to them. We can also hopefully flip this Charlie cap in our favor. There was a 17k hit on that first Warspite and a 19k hit on the second one there from pretty long ranges. So you can see why I recommend using Kedrov over Galler on these Russian battleships, because you simply don't need Galler and his accuracy build as long as you are, within medium to close range of the enemy ships. Your fire is still very effective. Granted, I am using Cunningham as an inspiration. Still, though, the results speak for themselves when the ships are giving you broadside like that. You're not going to have too much of an issue punishing them. Again, we are using the islands to provide cover for ourselves as we try to move into position. Both of those Warships are pretty much dead, and we've got a full health Gneisenau to contend with right now. We do want to finish off probably one, if not both, of the Warships before we get too close to the Gneisenau. And there goes another one, another ship, second kill of the game for us. That just leaves these 2 battleships to deal with, and that destroyer is still around here, so we do have to keep that in mind. But since we only have 2 battleships to deal with and not 3, and these 2 are essentially moving into the same position, we're not going to have much of a problem angling against them. And since both of them are armed with 15-inch guns, they are capable, as I think that Gneisenau just did there, of overmatching the upper part of the Sinop's bow armor, which is only, I think, 25 millimeters in thickness. It does have the icebreaker armor, so the lower part of the bow is a lot thicker and it can't be overmatched, but that upper part can. So if anybody knows to shoot there, they can do pretty catastrophic damage to you, which is why you want to present more of an angle and try to bait the enemy shots from hitting, away from your bow, at least the upper part of your bow, and then hitting your very thick side armor where they will hopefully mostly shatter or ricochet. Now, we are practicing the art of active maneuvering. We're not sailing in a straight line toward this Gneisenau. We are aware that the Fubuki is out here and launching torpedoes. And because of our maneuvering, we are able to avoid most of that salvo. We do take 1 torpedo. It causes flooding, so we have to use the damage control. Of course, we do have the unique Russian damage controls that cycle very, very quickly. So if more torpedoes are going to come our way, we are going to have more damage controls available to deal with them. This game has pretty much been a sweep of the enemy team thus far, and our maneuvering continues to save us from torpedoes from the enemy Fubuki. Looks like maybe there's actually another destroyer around here too. The Gneisenau did get another good hit on us by, I think, overmatching the top of the bow armor, so I think he knows where to shoot this ship in order to deal with it. Our angling hasn't been the best, but it is difficult to maintain a good angle when you're also trying to dodge a bunch of torpedoes. And again, when you find yourself in open water situations and you know that there is an enemy destroyer out there who is presenting a threat, make sure you do not sail in a straight line. Vary your course, make turns as often as possible, and vary your speed too. Again there, what could have been a devastating strike from 3 torpedoes turns into a comparatively minor hit from only 1. We are probably going to be able to finish off this Gneisenau here. We want the most accurate shot possible as he is giving us a broadside. So we launch the first spotter plane. Unfortunately, he is turning away, so that's not going to be as lucrative as it otherwise might have been. Could have easily been a killing blow had he continued to give broadside, but he's maneuvering quite a bit. He's on almost no health now, so I'm not even going to bother shooting at him again, not when a Fubuki appears 7 kilometers in front of me. So I've got my guns trained squarely on the Fubuki. I am changing my course yet again in anticipation of torpedoes, and of course, there they are. I believe the spotter plane spotted them for us. Not entirely sure, maybe it was something else. Either way, we are able to avoid them, and we do hit the Fubuki, who is the last remaining member on his team, for quite a bit of damage. Don't think we're gonna get another shot on him. So it does look like we're going to finish this game with 145,000 damage done. Not a bad performance. And 3 kills, too. So another example of some aggressive battleship play that worked out in our favor. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already done that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.